Big style, big deals, vitamin water, that's a big one, 6 mil, coach came to me like I'm D1, like Will, got 17 hours to the flight out, only got time for a night out.
Well, today's video is sponsored by Sensation Crisps. It's not, but in the UK we have crisps or chips for all you weird Americans. It's called Sensations, right? And if the best way I can describe it is, if I was a government, I would classify it as a Class A drug. That's how addictive this crisp is. Literally, it's only 9:30 in the morning and I'm eating a whole bag already, which is not good. Like, I don't really eat junk food, but it was just lying in my cupboard and I couldn't help myself. If all you Americans just buy this, it will change your life. Probably for the worse. Everything in your life is your fault. The reason you're broke is because it's your fault. The reason the girl broke up with you is because it's your fault. The reason you broke your leg is because it's your fault. And the reason you got robbed by 10 guys walking down the street is because it's your fault. Everything in your life is your fault. And this is the mindset I've adopted in the last year, right? Just by adopting this mindset is so powerful. Now, when you have a victim mindset, you're constantly blaming other people, you're constantly blaming external things, you're giving everything else power. The last thing you want to do is give power to someone else over you. That basically means you have no control of your life. A victim mindset also means that you're just a leaf in the wind, and that every bad thing that happens in your life is not your fault, it is someone else's fault, or the universe or God, whatever you want to blame, right? You feel like you can't change things and things are just the way they are. You let everything else have control over your life. But what you need to do is take 100% responsibility of your life. And I'm going to explain why. When you take responsibility for everything in your fucking life, everything becomes room for improvement. This means your fitness, your wealth, your health, your relationships, anything you can think of can be improved. But starting off and understanding that everything in your life is your fault basically means you're starting at the bottom. And when you're at the bottom, the only place to go is up. When you take control of everything, you're starting to improve things one by one, right? So instead of saying you're unfit and you blame it on genetics or you blame it on your circumstances, you blame it on your parents' diet because they keep giving you shit food. Instead, you start to go to the gym and you take action. Instead, you start to control your own food, you cook your own food. Now you're taking responsibility of your whole life. When you face a problem and instead of saying, oh well, I can't do much about it, you analyze it, you see how you can overcome it and you take action. That right there is growth. That's what you call growth. And that's at the point where you start to see progress. You start to see incremental changes in your life. When you take 100% responsibility of your life, you start to adopt a learning mindset, right? You see everything as opportunities, and instead of condemning people that are better than you, you start to analyze them, see what they're doing right, and you start to copy them. Or even better, when you go up to them, ask for advice on how to improve your given field or your life. You stop becoming envious of other people and you start to learn from them. Now, another great thing about taking absolute responsibility of life is that your emotions start to turn into anger, but not in the sense where your anger is bad. It's actually good anger because you get pissed off at the life you currently have. Now, when you start to blame yourself for everything, you come to the understanding that you got yourself in a position of being broke, you got yourself in a position of being unfit, and everything is your fault. And so when you blame everything on yourself, you're forced to make changes to improve those circumstances. You've realized you fucked up the past 5 to 10 years, it's all been wasted, and you start to get pissed off that people are doing better than you. You start to see 15, 16, 17-year-old kids making money in a month which you make in a year, and that pisses you off. You start to see guys having bigger followings than you who started 2 years ago at a time where you quit social media, and now they're way ahead, and that pisses you off. And you see an ugly guy with the most beautiful girl, something that you've always wanted, and that pisses you off. And then you start to come to understanding that everything is your fault and it's only you that can take action and make changes. And then this mindset adopts to analyzing everything, analyzing your friends, what you eat, what you do, your habits, what you watch on social media, and you start to align everything which is in line with your goals instead of wasting time because you messed up in the past. So now you're taking full absolute responsibility. You make changes which are aligned in your goals. And then what happens is you start to have better relationships, you start to have better income, better environments, you start to attract good things in your life, all because you started to take responsibility of everything. So if you are watching this, you need to stop blaming everything on external factors. Do not give anything power over yourself because you have full control of yourself. And the moment you start to realize you have full control and everything leading up to this point in your life is your fault, you start to make changes. And only then will you start to see improvements in your life. So do that one thing, implement it in your life, shift that mindset, and you'll start to achieve the life that you want much quicker. And guys, I've seen so many of these Daniel Dalen POV videos that have been popping up on my For You page. Everyone's getting inspo from him. You know, he started a trend, and I think it's pretty cool. I've implemented it in some of my videos as well with the higher camera angles coming down. I've really liked those shots, and the algorithm works in mysterious ways. You know, you watch one of his videos and all the other small creators start popping up who try to implement his style of videos, which is quite nice actually. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.